Football Queensland's coverage of 2019 NPL, NPLW and FQPL, NPLW and FQ. Play football. Join the team today. Visit playfootball.com.au to find your nearest club. Football Foundation, making football more accessible for every income, every gender, every ability, every background, every Indigenous Queenslander. Donate today.
Welcome everyone to a very blustery Tarawa Park in the northwest of the city here for this evening's elimination final of the Football Queensland Premier League between the Logan Lightning and the Ipswich Knights. The Lightning finishing third on the ladder, of course, that disappointing loss last week to Kapalaba in that huge match, and as for Ipswich, well, they finished sixth on the ladder. Last time these two sides met was back in round 11, where the Ipswich Knights defeated the Lightning 2-0 that day at Eric Evans Oval. Nick Edwards, the hero that day, scoring 2 for the home side. These two sides have met each other 15 times in all competitions, and Logan winning 4, Ipswich 6, and they have actually drawn 5 matches, which you don't often see that many draws in a head-to-head match. As I mentioned earlier, the conditions this evening, well, there's no rain about, but it's definitely a very blustery Tarawa Park, and I can tell you, once that breeze hits your face, it's well and truly a chilly breeze, and you know you're in for a cool winter's night here as both sides enter the pitch. Logan sporting their traditional maroon strip, and as for the Knights, well, they're in their usual green and black strip. Logan are the home team, but of course we're at the home of Mitchelton FC, so both sides have had to travel here today. The game last night, of course, ended up finishing with the Rochdale Rovers getting over the top in the 3-2 victory over Mitchelton FC. So the winner of this match will go on to either face the Sunshine Coast Wanderers or the Kapalaba Bulldogs, depending on who wins, of course. The lineups for this evening for the home side, the Logan Lightning, sponsored by the Harvey Norman Logan Home and Bailey Ladders. In goals for them is their number 22, Nick Mooney. In front of him is number 2, Dylan Brent, number 5, Jamie Vesey, number 6, Carlton Westerdale, number 7, Adam Edgar, number 8, Scott Bow, number 10, Lyndon Farr, number 19, coming into the starting lineup, Reese Fisher, number 20, Jacob Mengotti, number 26, also coming into the starting lineup to replace the suspended Sam Langley, is Jack Bolton. Number 35, Hakeem Kasinja. And on the bench, number 9, Royce Brownlee. Number 15, Guy Santana. Number 18, Bashish Nur. Number 33, Luke Kindness. And number 34, Richard Greer. And as for the away side today, the Ipswich Knights, sponsored by DGS Property Improvement and Oilfield Piping Systems. In goals for them is Chris Parsons, number 2, Ben Taylor, number 4, Lincoln Rule, number 5, Jack Kabasi, number 6, Corey Lucas, number 8, Yuta Kasahara, number 9, Lucky Joe, number 11, the informed Nick Edwards, number 2, Emmanuel Peter, number 14, Lachlan Munn, number 15, Matt White, and on the bench for them is the number 3, Ben Barrett, number 10, Nahum Waldo, number 20, Damon Wenk, number 13, Flynn Park, and number 16, Matt Drummond. So it will be the Lightning who are going to get us underway for this evening's fixture. As we are underway here at Taralba Park, with the Lightning getting us underway. Of course, they are the home side tonight, but they have, of course, travelled here to Mitchelton, the northwest of Brisbane, and they're in this position after that loss in that massive game last weekend, of course, to the Capalaba Bulldogs, getting the advantage of them. And there's Farr going over, earning his side a free kick. As I said earlier, it's a very blustery evening here at Taralba Park. Here's Adam Edgar on the ball, dispossessed by Nick Edwards. Plays it back. There's Emmanuel Peter. Lincoln Rule in amongst there, and eventually the Knights can clear forward and play it forward to Lachlan Munn. Got Vesey for company, plays it back to his keeper in Mooney, who clears. Edwards goes back, and now the Knights can just settle. Out it comes to Kasahara. He's looking to run at the Logan defenders. He's going to get the ball back and can't get past Scott Bow though. Comes off Kasahara, but the referee has given it the way of the Knights. So Kasahara to take the throw in. Into Munn. Kasahara on the run, and he goes down. Referee tells him to get straight back up. Here's Kasinja. Mengotti with the clearance upfield to Westerdale, who takes it in his stride. Couldn't release Adam Edgar there though, and here's Kasahara again, getting a few early touches. Looking for the run of Lucky Joe, he's picked him out. Here is Joe. He's got Brent there. Full close attention, who had a solid game last week against the Bulldogs. Brent clears it upfield. It's going to stay in though. Here's Edgar. He's done really well. Plays it to Farr in the middle of the park. Lyndon Farr, what can he do? He's still going. To Westerdale. Edgar might line this one up. He strikes it. It's not a bad attempt in the end. Wasn't worrying Parsons too much. If it was either side of him, well, that would have been a special goal and Logan would have had the opener. Not a bad strike from Adam Edgar on that occasion. Parsons clears upfield. Vesey's there. Mengotti in a more central position by the looks today. Possibly looking to fill that role with no Sam Langley there as the Knights go forward. There's a shot. Wide of the mark though. Shot coming in from the in-form Nick Edwards, as I mentioned earlier. Scored 7 goals so far this season. He also scored those 2 goals last time these sides met in round 11. He's actually scored 4 goals in his past 3 games, including a hat-trick last weekend in that victory over the Southside Eagles. Mooney, the former Olympic goalkeeper, clears it forward. Here's Kasinja. He's got Edgar there. Hops to just control the ball and play it back. Farr, who started this game with intent. Edgar. There is Farr. Gets a shot away. That's 2 shots in these opening 5 minutes that have had some serious power behind them, but not able to test Parsons because they've both gone straight to him. Vesey back to the Logan keeper in Mooney. Here's Bow. He's left that a little bit short, allowed Peter in. Here's Farr, who's been absolutely everywhere in these opening exchanges. Played it to Kasinja, who's had a paddock in front of him. Farr now does. Eventually they've worked it well. Out to Fisher. Pass from Bolton didn't find its mark, but they might be getting it back. Peter is there for the Knights. Under the close attention of Bolton, and that's nice play by Bolton coming in to replace Sam Langley, who of course picked up a second yellow card last week to eventually be sent off late on in that game against the Bulldogs. Westerdale, nice ball for Edgar. He's been flagged for offside, otherwise Hakeem Kasinja was in on goal. This is a great start by the Lightning. Well, they would have definitely been flat after the game last week. There's no question the Lightning, but Royce Brownlee's well and truly got his side up for this. And if they win tonight, well, guess what? They'll be versing Capalaba next weekend, and you can bet your bottom dollar that they'll be after some revenge. Back it goes to Lucas. Lucas looking for the switch. It's not a bad one. Header from Kabassi, though, is off target. Westerdale can't get it past Peter. Here's Edwards. Still going, Edwards. Gets the ball across. Munn just couldn't quite get there. Still could be a chance. Out to Joe. Lucky Joe. He's got Dylan Brent for attention, though. Can't get past him the first time. Can't get past him the second time. And Brent eventually clears. Here's Kasahara, who's up to take the throw-in for the Knights. To Munn. Munn gets a ball in. It's not a bad one. Can't get it past Bolton, though, and Mengotti does well. Farr's touch is a little heavy, though. Here's Peter. Bolton's in very strongly there. He's done really well. Farr just couldn't pick up the pass from Westerdale. Otherwise, they were through for a serious countering opportunity. Out it is at Kabassi's feet. Kabassi couldn't find Edwards. Farr, well, he has been absolutely everywhere in these opening minutes as the win well and truly rattles our commentary position. Throw in here for the Knights. Came off Edwards, so it'll be throw into the Lightning. Westerdale across to take the throw in. My apologies, that is actually Fisher. Vesey uses his keeper in Mooney. He didn't have a lot of saves to make last week, the former Olympic goalkeeper, Nick Mooney, but the two chances that Kapalabar had, they well and truly buried. Kasinja just can't quite pick out Edgar. Has been a lively start to this match, that's for sure. Similar to what we saw last night in a thrilling game in the end it was, with the Rovers coming up trumps against Mitchelton, 3-2 winners on the night at Underwood Park. A really free-flowing, entertaining match. That is what finals football is all about. And based on what we've seen in these early exchanges, we might be on for something like that again tonight. Ipswich claiming that was handball, but the referee has waved play on. He's done really well there, has Matt White, to hold on to the ball. Out it goes to Munn. He's going to use Joe. Joe's got to get around Bow if he can. Lucky Joe gets the cut back. Bow's there. Corner to the Knights. That's better from Ipswich after Logan have had a few chances early on and they've looked threatening, you've got to say. It's going to be Edwards who'll deliver this corner in. As I mentioned, 2 goals last time against the Logan Lightning back in round 11. 2 was all they needed on that occasion, the Knights. Edwards plays it back to Kasahara. Ball into the box. The wind might hold that up and cause some havoc, but comfortable for Mooney. Despite how windy it was last night out at Underwood Park, it didn't really affect the gameplay a lot, but you feel tonight in a much more open position here at Tarawa Park. He could play havoc, which is what we've seen after these first 10 or so minutes. Here's Lyndon Farr. They stand off him. Can't get it past Taylor to pick out Edgar, and Kabassi just boots it forward for the man coming in today, Reece Fisher. Bit scrappy in amongst there, but might be the Knights who come out fortunate. No. Here's Vesey through Logan. He's left that pass short for Kasinja. White on the ball. Back to his centre back and Lucas, and he plays it out to Kasahara. Nice pressing from Kasinja. Ball played forward. Mooney's got to be careful. Joe thought he was onside. Referee did put his flag up eventually. Well, that's what I mean. That's what this wing can do. It held up and Mooney was not sure what to do. And I tell you what, if the flag had have stayed down, Lucky Joe would have been in on goal. Partly because of that win. Here's Kasahara. Edwards has momentarily switched out to this left-hand side. There's Edgar. He's got White there for attention. He's done well to hold him up, Matt White, but still Adam Edgar goes. Still he goes. White's done well in the end to get back. He couldn't get around White on that occasion, Adam Edgar. We know what he's capable of. Mengotti goes back to Mooney for a much more comfortable moment this time. Mooney looking for the long ball. It might fall for Lyndon Farr. Lucas is across smartly though. It'll be a throw-in to the Lightning. Yep, so momentarily looks like Edwards has switched with Lucky Joe out there on that right. Throw in for Logan. Here's Mengotti. In the box it goes. Comfortable though again for Parsons. Joe with the layoff to Kabassi. Peter wants the ball in the middle of the park. He's got to get around Westerdale though. Back to Taylor. Takes a deflection, so it'll be a throw in to the Knights right on halfway. Here's Munn. Trying to get around the Logan captain for today in Jamie Vesey. Munn going down the right. He's got Vesey again there for attention. He's done really well, the Logan captain. And they're both hemmed into the corner. Munn goes down. Referee waves play on. And now the Lightning looking to get out of a pocket, but they've turned it over. Ball across. It might fall for Joe. Joe gets the touch. Mooney's got to be careful, and he's done well. First time he's really been tested, Nick Mooney, and he was up to the task on that occasion. Mengotti's turned it over cheaply to Kasahara. Rule to Kasahara, the run of Joe. He's causing problems for the Lightning. Flick back. Here's Edwards. Nick Edwards. Still could be a chance. Peter gets a shot back. Comes off the chest there of Scott Bowe. Mooney called into action again for the second time within a minute, and he's well and truly up to the task, getting down low to prevent that shot from Nick Edwards. Well and truly loves playing against the Lightning, looking for his third now this season against them. Here's Lucas, out to Munn. He's got the run of Kabassi, just couldn't quite get it past Fisher. Throw into White, who I've been really impressed with in these opening exchanges, showing some composure. Of course, as soon as I say that, old commentator's curse, he's fouled Kasinga and given away the free kick. Vesey plays it short. Bowe calling for players to come to him. There's not a lot of movement. They started so positively and with a lot of energy, the Lightning, and they've just looked a little flat in the last 10 or so minutes here. Here's Bolton. Does well to get around Peter. Jack Bolton. Westerdale with the touch over. Could be a chance. The header's a little bit too much from Edgar, but he's able to get possession again, but he's sent that ball straight out over that far touchline in front of the spectators here at Taralba Park. Not a huge crowd on hand, as you can imagine with the conditions we've witnessed here in southeast Queensland. Very chilly August evening here in the northwest of the city. Brent with the throw-in. As I mentioned earlier, had a very solid game last weekend against Capalaba. Edgar over the top, too far. Lyndon Farr looking to get around Kabassi. Still he goes, Lyndon Farr, can't get around him, and he's done well, the Knights fullback. Fisher, the man coming in today, will go up and take the throw-in for the Lightning. Here's Westerdale. What can he do? Inside the box he goes. Farr, back to Kasinga. Mengotti thought about playing it to Brent. Instead, opted to play it back to Bowe, who's turned it over to Edwards. Looking to release quickly are the Knights. Not a bad ball from White. Says to Joe, run onto that. Vesey gets back, though, smartly to prevent any chance there. It's been a relatively scrappy start to this match, but tell you what, it's got a fair bit of tempo about it. Being played at a high speed. And here's Westerdale for the Lightning. Too much on it, though, from Carlton Westerdale. I think he was looking to pick out Adam Garb, but sailing wide of the goals and comfortable for pass. Nothing any there. Parsons plays it shortly. Ball across the top from Kasahara. Munn thought he was onside at one point, and eventually he has been flagged for offside. But they're really wanting to use that long ball, are the Knights, because they know the wind is causing havoc for the Logan defenders. Here's Westerdale. Vesey's turned that ball over, but they get it back. Logan only beat Ipswich once in the Queensland Premier League. Back first meeting between these sides with that 6-0 victory. Here's Joe looking to get on the end of that and use his pace, but Fisher gets back. Puts it out for a throw-in to the Knights. As I mentioned earlier, These two sides played 15 times. Ipswich have won 6, Logan 4, and they've drawn 5. So we could see anything here tonight, but the Knights have had the upper hand in all competitions between these two sides. Of course, the Lightning finishing a lot higher on the ladder, but you never know when finals come around. The flick on from Edwards, he was looking for White, but Brent was back there. Kasinja can't get past Edwards, who's done really well. Brent gets back though to save the day. Here's Kasinja again. Gets around White, who gives away the professional foul. Here's Bolton in the middle of the park. His touches let him down though on that occasion, and it allowed Joe in. Now the Knights can settle. They've turned the ball over though cheaply as well. Here's Bolton. Now to Kasinja. He's got no one ahead of him. Back it goes to Bolton. Bolton's got Brent to the right. Opts to play it through the middle. It's not bad. Brilliant play. Here's Kasinja. Parsons off his line smartly though, to smother any opportunity there. Here's Peter on the ball. Kabassi, well, he's also dragged back by Westerdale. So both sides giving away professional fouls each in the space of a minute. No cards though on this occasion. Peter with the switch out to his fullback, Kasahara. Here's a good challenge between White and Mengotti. Comes off White, who asks the question. If there's a free kick, referee says no. Mengotti to far. Brent can't get past Kasahara, who's been really impressive in these opening exchanges. Here's Edwards. Gets around Mengotti. Skips around Brent. Nick Edwards, still he goes. The switch out to Joe. Joe's got the runner, Kabassi. Uses him. This is nice from the Knights. Kabassi. Vesey has to put it over for a corner to the Knights. That was nice build-up play from the Ipswich Knights. Edwards didn't blaze away. Instead opted to play the ball out to Joe, and nice run from Kabassi. Just couldn't quite pick out a teammate with Vesey getting back. As we wait for a football, as that one has gone over onto the other field. That's what the hold-up is. That's why the Knights haven't been able to take this corner. Kasahara it is out there, who might look to swing in a left foot curler. And in these conditions, well, anything could happen. Kasahara, in it goes. It's not bad. Joe's there. Still could be a chance. Going to fall to Matt White. Gets a shot away. Still could be a chance for the Knights. It's bobbling around. Eventually, the Lightning are going to be able to get it clear, and they've got a huge chance. There's 4v2 at the moment. Westerdale in the middle of the park. Got Farr if he wants. Been forced really wide, and Farr will do well to keep this in. He can't. And that pass from Westerdale, just a little bit too much on it, and you can see Lyndon Farr's frustrated as well. As that goes out for a goal kick to the Knights. Parsons, apart from that, those first two shots in the opening 5 minutes, which were absolute bullets, hasn't had a lot to do apart from that, which he'll be happy with in these testing conditions. White's lost out to Bolton, and he's released Kasinja. Westerdale now on this right-hand side in front of us. Defence stand off him. Westerdale with the switch. It's a little bit behind Bolton, but still able to compose. Can't get it past Lucas. Bolton's done well though. He's won it back. Out it goes to Farr, who stayed on side. Lyndon Farr, one-on-one with Kabassi. Still he goes. Nice defending there from Taylor for the Knights. Still could be a chance for the Lightning with Kasinja out there on that far side. He's earned his side a throw-in. As we enter the 25th minute mark of this first half. Edgar on the ball, looking for the switch to Brent. It's an ambitious effort from Adam Edgar and has got too much on it in the end. So it'll be a throw-in for the Knights and Kasahara to take. Of course, it's been a huge week for football here in Brisbane, with the Roar, of course, getting their victory in the FFA Cup, and the Strikers as well winning. So 3 Queensland sides through to the round of 16 in the FFA Cup. How good is that? Shows how healthy football is in Queensland at the minute. Here's Bolton. Breeze playing its part there. He's looking for Edgar, but straight to Parsons. Might have left a little bit too much on that throw. No, Kabasi gets back. Edwards has turned it over there. Could be a chance now. Here's Kasinja. Hakeem Kasinja finds Far with the toe poke. It's just wide. Much better from the Logan Lightning. Lyndon Farr just unable to direct that goal down. It was a tough effort. He was lunging to get the ball. Eventually did get the touch, but couldn't direct it goal bound to get his 5th goal of the season. Parsons to take. Upfield it goes. Comes off the head of Joe. So it'll be throw into the Lightning. Right in front of our commentary position here at Tarawa Park. Here's Peter. Plays it to Munn. Munn's got Joe. Couldn't get it past Bo though, who did really well. White to Peter. Peter with the flick on. Mooney's got to be careful. Comes off his line. He does really well. Here's Bolton. Kasinja couldn't get the 1-2 with Bolton. And they've turned it over. Could be a chance. Nice ball through. Here's Edwards. Mooney comes out just in the nick of time. He's had to be well and truly on his game in these opening 30 minutes of this first half. Nick Mooney. But he's been up to the task. This is brilliant from the Lightning. Here's Kasinja. Goes for the shot. The flick on from Edgar. Wide of the mark again. It's the same upright that it's gone wide of. He was looking across at the linesman as well, as if he thought he might have been offside. The flag didn't come up. So it's just a goal kick for Parsons to take, who's had a bit to do, but hasn't really been seriously tested, has the Knights shot stopper. Here's Vesey, who's looked very comfortable in that centre-back position with Bo. As soon as I say that, Bo's turned it over. White feeds it through to Joe. Mooney clears. Referee waves play on despite the linesman putting his flag up. And it will be a free kick eventually for handball against the Knights. Here's Brent. Plays it to Mengotti. Nice 1-2 between the two players. Bolton's done really well to pick it out to Farr, who's got a paddock in front of him. Lyndon Farr drives at the Ipswich defenders. Still he goes, Lyndon Farr. Nice defending from Taylor. Still could be a chance though for the Lightning. Here's Kasinja, who'll line it up. And it's disappointing. That's the third shot in a matter of minutes it's gone out to that side from the Lightning, but they've well and truly settled now in this game. Of the third place team in the Football Queensland Premier League, after it was the Knights on top early. The Lightning had won 5 games in a row until last weekend, when of course they got that loss against the Bulldogs. But apart from that, they were well and truly on track. They'd only lost 5 games in the regular season all season, 3 of those coming in round 11, 12 and 13. Apart from that, they were nigh on perfect. But that's the difference between them finishing top or in a second place position and finishing third. And they of course now finished third in both Football Queensland Premier League seasons. A total of 5 points. 1 point outside the top 2 this season and 4 last season, so you bet they'll be back next season to really test for that top 2 and go all out. But we've got to get through tonight's elimination final first, because both these side seasons are not over yet. Of course, the winner to go on and play either the Wanderers or the Bulldogs. If it's a Lightning win, then they will play. Oh, just break away from that. Chance for Edwards. Put it wide though. Loose pass there from the Lightning allowed Edwards in. And he's not a man you want to give that sort of an opportunity to. He's disappointed with the shot. Wide of the mark. Had Mooney scrambling. He was going for the diving save, but eventually it did go comfortably wide of the goal. Yeah, so if the Lightning win tonight, they will verse the Bulldogs next weekend on Sunday, and the Wanderers will face last night's winners in the Rochdale Rovers at Underwood Park. That ball played through, Cornubia Park. Here's Edwards. Nick Edwards out wide. Chance here. Bo gets back though to save the day. Fisher. Just got to be careful because Peter's there for the Knights. Eventually the Lightning are going to be able to work their way out of this. Mengotti asking a lot there of Adam Edgar and shakes his head in frustration, the Lightning midfielder. Kasahara does well to get past Far. And his side of throwing. Got numbers ahead. One of them's Joe. Wanted the free kick against Brent, but the referee waved play on. Westerdale couldn't get past Kasahara. Not many people have been able to in this first half. Kasinja back to Mengotti. Mengotti, nice ball this time to Far. In the middle of the park again, Lyndon Far. Going this way, that way, not sure what to do. Eventually gives the ball away, disappointingly, Lyndon Far. Kasinji gets back. Now the Lightning can reset again. Had a good spell in these last 10 or so minutes here. Brent to Mengotti. Mengotti thought about releasing Westerdale. Eventually he did. Westerdale couldn't pick out Edgar. Here's Kasinja. Kasinja with the back heel. This is nice from the Lightning, but Mengotti's turned it over to Peter. Well and truly have warmed to this task, have the Lightning. Munn. Turn that ball over and Mengotti is going to track that ball down in that far side. Oh, he's turned the ball over cheaply though, Mangotti. Here's a chance for Peter. Peter, edge of the area, goes down. Referee waves play on again. He hasn't given a lot in this first half, and the ball through to Edgar. Getting back quickly though was Taylor. As this breeze comes in again, well and truly a cold westerly winter's breeze here at Tarawa Park. Mangotti. Defence stand off him. Mangotti keeps going. Lucas with the header. Kasahara. To the feet of Joe this time. Nice link-up play between the two again. And this time the referee blows his whistle. And again, still in Brent. Rule takes it short to Kasahara. Done really well, Kasahara, in this first half. Peter got Rule there. Steads plays it to Joe. Brent gets back well though for the Lightning. That clearance there from Lucas, almost reaching us up here in this commentary position. Here's Farr. Lyndon Farr. Can't get it past Taylor. Ball across. Could be a chance. Edwards onside. The flick over. Where's this going to land? Nick Edwards. It's in the back of the net. The Ipswich Knights, you've got to say, against the run of play, get the opener here just before half time. Thanks to the man that loves playing the Logan Lightning, Nick Edwards. Has now scored his 8th goal of the season, and 3 of those now coming against the Logan Lightning. Something out of nothing, because it was just a flick over the top. Edwards onside, and he was able to tuck home a very difficult opportunity, I might add, in these conditions. Flicked it over Mooney, bounced the underside of the crossbar and into the back of the net to give the Knights the lead in this elimination final. Now the Lightning gonna have to settle again. It looks like Bo's gone into midfield with Mangotti back to centre back momentarily. That might even be a permanent switch. Brent sees that ball out. Early throw from Brent to Mangotti. Mangotti back to Brent. Now the Lightning just wanting to get some possession on the ball. Mangotti out to Westerdale. Carlton Westerdale. Bolton the touch. Too much on it though for Farr. Got to be careful here, Mangotti. The header might have left it a little bit short. Allows Munn in, and Munn's going to bury it! It's 2 for the Knights in a matter of minutes. And there's some concern here for Nick Mooney in goals for the Lightning. Good sportsmanship shown by all of the Ipswich Knights players going over to check on the welfare of the Lightning shot stopper. Very tidy finish from Lachlan Munn to put the Knights up 2-0 with just over 5 minutes to play here before half time. That's Lachlan Munn's 10th goal of the season. We might have a slight delay here because Mooney has stayed down, possibly getting back to his feet now. Didn't exactly see what happened there. Munn must have made some contact with him. Not only did he make that contact, he made contact with the football and tucked it into the back of the net. That's now 5 goals in his past 5 league games for the number 14. He also scored against Logan back in round 8 in that 3-3 draw. So the former Olympic player is up and about here for the Knights, and the whole team are up and about now, because they are 2-0 up against the 3rd place Lightning, who won't want to go out like this. So this game's well and truly not over yet, you know that. Vesey, nice flick on by Kasinja. Can the Lightning bounce back? Here's Adam Edgar. Edge of the area, back to Kasinja, strikes it. Another one of those shots that's gone to that side of the goals from Kasinja. They've had a few siders from there, the Lightning players. Parsons will be in no rush to take this. And you've got to say the wind definitely has possibly played a part on potentially both of those goals, just holding up slightly in the breeze and allowing Edwards in for the first, and Munn tucking away the second ever so nicely. Brent up for the header. Westerdale gets the header ahead of Kasahara. Bo has well and truly settled into the middle of the park. Brownlee just feeling that they're lacking in that area. Far out to Westerdale. 1-on-1 with Kasahara, looking to drive at him. Kasahara up to the task. Here's Farr. Lyndon Farr, he's got plenty of Ipswich players there for attention. Westerdale able to get the ball across. He was looking for Edgar, but Taylor got back smartly. Now the Knights turn to press forward again. Through Edwards. Out wide, Nick Edwards, still he goes. Nice run. Here's Kabassi. Plays it back to Edwards. What a goal this would be. To Peter. Finish. Can't get it past Brent. What a run that was. Still could be a chance. Here's White. Puts it wide though with that left foot shot. Well, what a run that was from the 2 right-sided players, Nick Edwards and of course Jack Kabassi. Brilliant link-up play. And Emmanuel Peter just couldn't quite get it past Dylan Brent, who saved the day for the Lightning. Otherwise that might have been a 3-0 lead to the Knights going into half-time, which would have been tough to recover from. Might also add, it's been pretty mellow affair so far in this first half, but last 2 meetings against these 2 sides has both seen a red card in each of those games, but referees have had this game under control tonight as Lucas puts the ball in. Searching ball looking for Munn. Vesey's back there. Bolton can clear to Farr. Can the Lightning break? Farr plays it to Edgar. It's a nice ball. He's got Kasinja on his left if he wants. Goes himself. Adam Edgar. He's turned the ball over momentarily. It's coming back in though through Bolton. Bolton to Westerdale looking to turn his man. Westerdale eventually gets a shot away. Claims for handball. We play on though. Here's Farr. Sees the ball out for a throw-in with just under 2 minutes in this first half. Bo, that comes off Peter. Throw-in quickly taken. Westerdale looking for the flick across. Parsons off his line smartly though. Majority of that back 4 for the Knights have looked very solid in the opening half so far. And in particular, this man that's going to get the ball. Kasahara. Back to Rule. Here's Peter. Back to Rule. Here's Lucas. Plays it forward. Kasahara had to check his run because he thought he was offside, and eventually flag does go up against Kasahara for offside. Not a lot has got past the Knights fullback in this first half. Yuta Kasahara, terrific display from him. Here's Farr, Lyndon Farr out wide. Kasinja looking to link up with Farr, couldn't get it past Taylor. Munns just misjudged that bounce, but he's allowed to make a mistake after he got the Knights that second goal. Vessie's done well to turn Peter. Here's Westerdale. Ball a little bit behind Kasinja, but it's held up nicely for him. Can he take on Kabassi? The back heel to Fisher. Them two link up. Here is Kasinja. Still he goes, Kasinja. Nice tackle coming in though from the Knights, and now their chance to break. Here's Peter. Bo gets back though. Westerdale. Helter-skelter stuff before half-time here. As the Lightning look to pinch a goal back, Bo's going to line this one up. Comes off Edgar and the flag goes up, and the referee blows his whistle to signal the end of this first half in this elimination final, as it is the Ipswich Knights who are leading this one 2-0 over the Logan Lightning, thanks to a goal from Nick Edwards, and then the second goal moments later from Lachlan Munn. Please join us back in the second half shortly.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
A competition.
Community spirit.
It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Hey guys, it's Andy here from Football Queensland. I'm checking in with you guys because I have a really exciting opportunity for anyone that played Aldi Mini Roos football in 2019. We are looking for the new face of Aldi Mini Roos to be our 2020 Play Football campaign front runner. Now we are looking for you guys to send in your videos of you acting. You could be introducing your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your football team, whatever it may be. Send us your videos and you may just be the star of Aldi Mini Roos in Queensland. Looking forward to seeing all your videos and picking that next front runner. See you guys soon. Check it out.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
Competition.
Community spirit. It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Hey guys, it's Andy here from Football Queensland. I'm checking in with you guys because I have a really exciting opportunity for anyone that played Aldi Mini Roos football in 2019. We are looking for the new face of Aldi Mini Roos to be our 2020 Play Football campaign front runner. Now we are looking for you guys to send in your videos of you acting. You could be introducing your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your football team, whatever it may be. Send us your videos and you may just be the star of Aldi Mini Roos in Queensland. Looking forward to seeing all your videos and picking that next front runner. See you guys soon. Check it out.
Welcome back, everyone, to this second half of this Football Queensland Premier League second elimination final, with the Ipswich Knights leading the Logan Lightning 2-0 thanks to strikes from Nick Edwards and Lachlan Munn. And right on cue, Edwards on the ball here. He's done well there, Edwards, as well. Still he goes. Fisher gets back though to get a touch. If you're just joining us, we are up in the northwest suburbs of Brisbane at the home of Mitchelton Football Club at Tarawa Park, and I can tell you, similar to last night at Underwood Park, it's a very blustery winter's evening. Temperature is cool, but when you add the wind chill to it as well, I can tell you it makes it even colder. And we saw on a few occasions in that first half the wind causing havoc and possibly playing a small part in both of the goals, with the ball just holding up and sitting up nicely for the Knights players. Here's Bolton. Can't get it past Lucas. So both goal scorers in the first half, Lachlan Munn and Nick Edwards, have scored in previous meetings between the Logan Lightning. Fisher, cross to Edgar, claims for handball. Not spotted. Taylor can't believe it, but the referee has called play on. So it'll be Fisher. Came into the lineup today, as I mentioned earlier. Cross it goes, as a second ball is on the pitch momentarily, and that might cause some havoc with Peter just playing the other ball off the pitch and looking to play the actual football ahead of him. That was a nice moment here at Tarawa Park from Emmanuel Peter. Was even having a little chuckle after it to himself. Lyndon Farr can't get it past Taylor. Rule looking for Edwards, finds him right on halfway. So alert and full of energy is Nick Edwards, and he might get on the end of this. No, Mengotti's back, who started in a midfield role but is now well and truly back to a centre-back position, which is what he's more familiar to. Here's Kabassi, plays it to Peter. Well and truly got their tails up, have the Ipswich Knights. They of course finished lower than the Lightning in the regular season, finishing in 6th position, with the Lightning finishing in 3rd. 9 points below the Lightning they were, but they've got their tails up tonight and they want to progress to the preliminary final next weekend. If it stays as it is, it will be the Sunshine Coast Wanderers playing next Saturday night against the Ipswich Knights, and it will be the Capalaba Bulldogs playing next Sunday evening against last night's winners, the Rochdale Rovers. Still plenty of action to play out though in this second half, and a chance for the Lightning to make amends. You know they'll well and truly press. What a turn that is from Edwards. Fisher gets back, but Edwards is around him again. Looking for the run of Munn. Still could get on the end of this Munn. Mengotti shields smartly though. Westerdale back to Brent, who had a very solid first half, as he has done all season. He's turned the ball over though then. Mengotti's got to be careful. He's got Peter back there. Claims for a back pass. Wasn't really a pass in the end. Was more came off his knee, Mengotti, and didn't appear to be intentional. Edwards again. Back to the Knights captain in Kabassi. Taylor puts his foot through it. Can only clear it to Mengotti in centre back. Kasahara with the header finds Joe. Lucky Joe to Munn, sorry. Kasahara has continued his run, but he's flagged for offside and he's frustrated with himself. He shouldn't be too frustrated because he had a terrific first half. Yuta Kasahara, the left fullback for the Ipswich Knights. Nice ball from Westerdale, finds Bo. Bo's got Edgar, he's looking for him. Taylor gets back, it's going to fall to Edgar, he might wind this one up. Edgar to Kasinja. Offside though. Hakeem Kasinja, he'll be disappointed with that as he was looking down the line. But flagged for offside. Let us know on the Facebook live stream or on YouTube, wherever you're tuning in from. And I'll do my best effort to give you a shout out on the live stream in this second half. Header from Mengotti. Here's Munn. Plays it to Kasahara. Kasahara looking to turn Mengotti, but the Lightning defender was in the way. Here's Rule, Lincoln Rule. Out to Kasahara, who's continued his run. He tracks the ball down, keeps it in. Yuta Kasahara. What can he do with this, though? To Joe. Joe goes down. Referee gives the free kick. Must be right on the edge of the area. That free kick. In a dangerous position that the Lightning will have to deal with. First goal in this second half is going to be crucial. If the Lightning get it, they'll get their tails up and feel like they can get another and go on with it. But if the Knights get it, it could be curtains. Here's Edwards. Already scored a goal tonight. Already scored 3 this season against the Lightning. Nick Edwards. In it goes. Headed away nicely by Vesey. Still could be a chance. Joe's there. Falls to him. He's got 2 to get around now. Kasinja does well to lend a hand. He does really well, in fact, Kasinja. Hakeem Kasinja driving run on this left-hand side. Wide across. Still he goes, Kasinja. Releases Edgar. Edgar just couldn't quite get the back heel back to him. Terrific run by the speedy winger, Hakeem Kasinja, on that occasion. Well, that's a solid coming together between Lucky Joe and Jamie Vesey. Credit to both players. They bounce straight back up. Far does well to get back. This game getting stretched now. Here's Westerdale. Carlton Westerdale. Out to Kasinja. Hakeem Kasinja, far post. Can't get it past Parsons, though. Who's been sure in goals tonight for the Knights. The switch from Rule finds Lucky Joe. Looking to get the 1-2 from Edwards. A little bit too much on that, and Brent sees it out for a throw into the Lightning. This game well and truly stretched. Starting to get a similar feel to what we saw last night at Underwood Park. Free-flowing match that was, entertaining for all. Unless, of course, you're a Mitchelton supporter. Lindenfarr is fouled. Chance to deliver one into the box. Farr, Bow and Westerdale are all over it. It's going to be Scott Bow. Can they get a goal to get them back into this elimination final and make things interesting? Scott Bow stands under it. In it goes. Could be his chance still. Eventually falls to Parsons. And they deal with that comfortably, the Knights, as they did so on many occasions. Back four all having a terrific first half. That could cause havoc with the breeze from goal kick from Parsons, but Vesey was up to the task. Not afraid to play the long balls were the Knights in the first half, and you feel like they're going to do the same here. Lindenfarr, he's got 3 for attention. Still he goes, Lindenfarr. Eventually goes down, and he's potentially lashed out at Lucas, but the referee waves play, and is Carlton Westerdale. Westerdale picks out Edgar. Edgar just couldn't quite direct it goal bound. Feel like he might have been in two minds there, Edgar. Whether to get the touch and then shoot, or whether to just go straight for goal. Was a difficult opportunity, I might add, though. They certainly showed plenty of signs, the Lightning, that they're capable of getting back into this, but they just couldn't quite string it together. That either that final pass or generally it was that final shot that was just lacking. We saw plenty going wide of the mark in the first half. Kasahara's got to be careful. Clears it ahead of Lyndon Farr. Lightning well and truly pressing now. The Knights knew that they were going to come out of the blocks quickly, and that's what they've done. They didn't finish third in the league for no reason. And of course, almost finishing second. Very tight at the top it was, but Wanderers eventually getting the premiership. They'll be sitting at home watching this one because they could be playing the Knights next weekend if they get the win. Scott Bowe, wasn't a bad ball earlier on. Can he deliver a similar one? In it goes. A little bit far. Brent trying to get his head on it, but Taylor's back there for the Knights, and it's gone out for a corner. This is a nice spell of possession from the Lightning, well and truly pressing the Ipswich goal. Mengotti's going to come across by the looks to take, as Edgar has a quick word to the referee, who I might add they've done a terrific job in this first half and the start of this second half. As we also saw the Total Tools officials last night do a great job at Underwood Park. In it goes. Parsons. Referee spotted something. Gives the free kick to the Knights. As that chilly breeze comes in again. Parsons puts his foot through it. Fisher heads. Bobbling around in the middle of Taraba Park. Back it goes to Mengotti. He's got to be careful because Edwards is there. Does get a touch. And he's left Brent in a spot of bother, but he's done well, the Logan fullback. Westerdale right on halfway. Got Kasahara for close attention, and he's turned it over. Here's Edwards looking to feed Joe. Still could fall for him. Mooney's got to be careful off his line though. And did well, Mooney, who went down as that second goal was scored, but has bounced back to his feet and appears A-OK now, the former Olympic goalkeeper. Fisher. The run and the call from Kasinja, but a little too wide, that ball. Here's Kabassi, the Knights captain. To Munn. Nice flick on from Munn to find Edwards. Brilliant ball from Edwards. Just couldn't quite pick out Lucky Joe. It was the right idea, but Dylan Brent, as he very sure on that occasion, as he has been for the majority of the season. Here's Lyndon Farr, looking for the direct route. Can't get past Rule. Bolton, nice link-up play. This is better. Can Kasinja get on the end of this? Lucas is there. Kasinja's done well though. He's well and truly started this second half full of energy, and he still goes, and brought down eventually by the Knights centre-back in Corey Lucas. Whatever half-time speech was that Ross Brownlee delivered towards Hakeem Kasinja has well and truly worked, because he has been a standout so far in this second half. Ball goes in as the crowd goes off behind us here at Tarawa Park. Bolton can't pick out Farr. Here is Lyndon Farr into the box. Taylor gets back far, a little late there in that challenge. Taylor has stayed down as well, as the referee just has a word. No cards coming out though at the moment. Taylor looks like he will be okay. Getting back to his feet now. Lyndon Farr, of course, picking up a yellow card last weekend. In 2018, he actually had 6 yellow cards and the 1 red card. It's been a lot better this season with just the 2 yellow cards, so credit to Lyndon Farr. Parsons. Upfield it goes. Brent, got to be careful because rules bearing down on him. Kasinja, that man I spoke of a moment ago. Been everywhere. Ball played through. Joe gets past Brent but can't get the ball past Brent. How many times has Dylan Brent done that? Not only tonight but this season, to just get an important touch back. And he's in there again. Can't keep it in though. Be a throw in to the Knights. As we have just under half an hour to play here at Tarawa Park. Of course, the loser, well, that's their season done. Winner going through to the preliminary final. Here's Kabassi. More this second half goes on. More important, the first goal in the second half is going to be, if we get one, of course, that is. Some might look at the ladder and be surprised with the result tonight, but as for the Knights, they have only... in fact, they have undefeated in their last 5 league games, so they come into this in, well, the form of their season. Here's Edwards out wide. Vesey gets back. Fisher can clear, only as far as Taylor. Here's Rule. Plays it to Edwards. Nice flick from Edwards. Here's Kabassi. This is nice play. Far post. Joe's there. Just couldn't wrap his head around it. Now it's the Lightning's turn to break. Through Lyndon Farr. Ball played through Edgar, but Lucas has done really well to stick out a leg and put it out for a corner to the Lightning. Yes, they haven't lost, the Knights, in their past 5 league games. 11 points from a possible 15. So they are in the form of their season, you've got to say, scoring 8 goals in their past 2 games. But it's the Lightning's turn now. Here's Lyndon Farr. Brent is there, gets his head to it. Just over from Dylan Brent. As they search to get a goal to get them back into this game, the Logan Lightning. They'll be disappointed, of course, after last weekend, and they really won't want to bow out with back-to-back defeats after having such a stellar season. Parsons. Upfield it goes, looking for Munt. Referee spotted something. The tug from Lachlan Munt on Mengotti, so it's a free kick to the Lightning. Vesey just looking for movement ahead of him. There's not a lot. Instead he goes the more direct route. Can't find Westerdale, and Parsons will collect. Early throw from Parsons. No time wasting for him. Throw in right on halfway now to the Knights. Here's Munn. Goal scorer in the first half, of course, Lachlan Munn. Scored 10 goals now this season and a second against the Logan Lightning. Kasinja. Back to Far, to Westerdale. His touch letting him down though. And he's frustrated with himself, the Lightning player. Parsons upfield it goes. Fisher, he's been quite solid coming in today. Reece Fisher enjoyed his game. As the referee gives a free kick to the Knights. Edwards will stand over this in no rush to take it, of course, as they've got that 2-goal cushion. Lucas pushes forward from centre-back to provide a bit of an aerial presence. Edwards, he might even go for goal in the end. Almost catching Mooney out. Don't think Mooney could believe he was actually going for goal. And he got the win behind it. Nick Edwards judging it perfectly to the conditions. And almost found the underside of the crossbar to make a 3-0 advantage. Fortunately for the Lightning though, it went just over the bar. Kasinja. Off Kabassi for a throw-in. To the Lightning. Here's Far. White wins out on that occasion. He's done really well there. Fisher. Headed on, looking for Kasinja. And Taylor's down again. He's in the wars at the moment. Here's Ben Taylor. Late challenge earlier on from Lyndon Farr, and now it looks like he's down through the contact received by Hakeem Kasinja. Can't get a break at the moment. The Knights fullback. Knights centre back, sorry. Fisher takes the throw to Kasinja. Bow with the nudge. Referee does spot it. Gives the foul in favour of the Knights. Taylor upfield it goes, looking for Munn. Fisher's got to be careful. Munn wins out on that occasion. Still he goes, Munn. Driving run into the box. Mengotti gets back. Only as far as Edwards, edge of the area. Edwards does try a shot again on this occasion, but that one's well and truly comfortable and not going to worry Mooney's goals. He had the side of Nick Edwards, and he thought, yep, all right, I'm going to try this again. But couldn't quite get the contact required to test Mooney on that occasion. Vesey upfield to his opposite centre-back. Here's Westerdale. Still he goes, Westerdale. Taylor getting back there. And he clears it over for a throw-in to the Lightning. Fisher to take. Westerdale looking to turn Kabassi. Falls to Fisher, right on halfway, right underneath our commentary position. As it appears, Edwards has picked up a knock right in front of us here as he's gone to ground, but the Lightning play on. As Edwards has definitely picked up a knock. It looks like he's received a knock to his nose, but Lightning still play on. Here's Kasinja out to Westerdale, edge of the area. Carlton Westerdale, he'll strike it. It's wide of the mark. And now Edwards can get some attention. It was just a slight knock he received from Fisher. Nothing intentional in it, but he's certainly caught Nick Edwards, who's copped a bloody nose at the moment. And he's can receive some attention from the Knights medical staff. As I said, nothing intentional in it, but he's well and truly got Edwards, who's cleaning himself up now. As it looks like Royce Brownlee is going to go to his bench. Number 8, Scott Bowe, coming off, and also the number 7, Adam Edgar. And I'm just seeing who they have been replaced by. Hold that for a moment. It's going to be the number 15, Guy Santana, and the number 18, Bashish Nur. As Edwards is now back up to his feet and is A-OK and ready to get back into the action shortly. Plenty of action happening just underneath our commentary area. Santana's done well. Finds Westerdale. Westerdale's got the run and the shot of Lyndon Farr. Claims for handball. Must be right on the edge of the area against Lucas. Referee spots it and gives it. So this is in a well and truly dangerous position for the Lightning. As Edwards is ready to enter the field again. Probably had only the 10 players for a couple of minutes now, the Knights, but eventually Edwards can get back on there to resume his course of action. As it is Richard Greer, who's also come on as well. I missed who came off to replace him as we had all of that going on below us. Richard Greer, he strikes it, hits it in the back of the net. The Lightning pull one back, and it's 2-1 and well and truly game on here at Taralba Park. Well, Greer, he came on, and that's definitely his first kick of the game, I'm sure. And how about that? Steps up and scores a special free kick to give the Lightning some hope, and they're well and truly back in this contest. And you've got to give credit to Royce Brownlee as well. Making the triple substitution has paid dividend already for his side. Edwards looking to restore parity for the Knights. Peter to Kabassi. Falls to Peter again. Eventually goes out for a throw-in to the Lightning. Well, we saw a thriller last night at Underwood Park, and this sets up a grandstand finish thanks to that goal from Richard Greer. With under 20 minutes of regulation time to play here at Taralba Park. Of course, if things are all level after the 90, we'll be going to extra time and penalties if needed. This is better from the Lightning. Greer across, trying to find Santana. Can't quite keep it in. Taylor's across. Well, I said from the early stages in this second half, whoever gets the first goal is going to be crucial. And the Lightning have been the team able to get it. And you can see they're full of confidence and they feel like they can be the side to get back into this game and turn it around. Kabassi with the throw-in, can't get it past Bolton, who's come in tonight, and he's going to play a full 90 after Brownlee's made all 3 of his substitutions. Mangotti puts his foot through it, trying to pick out Westerdale. Taylor tracks it and puts it into the field behind us. Knights have got to be careful that they don't go into their shell and just try and protect this 1-0 lead, because it's the Lightning that are full of running at the minute. Fisher down from fullback for the throw-in. Westerdale looking to turn Kabassi. He's done so. Still on the ball, Westerdale. Eventually, the Knights can clear. Munn with the hold-up play. Brilliant ball from Edwards. Finds Peter. Peter skips around Vesey. Looking to release Joe. Brent's back there to save the day again for the Lightning. And now it's Farr's turn to break away. He's got Joe there for close attention. Can't get it past him the first time. And he has to play it back eventually. So he did well there, Lucky Joe. The Knights attacker. Turned over on that occasion by Nur. Kasahara's out there. Bolton comes across. A little bit scrappy. Farr goes down. Referee tells him on this occasion to get back up. Parsons. Head on from Edwards, but couldn't get it past Vesey. Here's Bolton in the middle of Tarawa Park. It's not a bad ball. Nice turn from Westerdale. Still he goes, Westerdale. Might fall from Santana. Apologies, that is Bashish Nur, the other substitute. Eventually it went to Parsons in goal for the Knights. Boots it upfield. Munn just looking to chase down this ball. He's done well, Munn. He gets a shot away. Not able to test Mooney, but it wasn't a bad effort from the position he was in. Greer over the top. This time the referee does give the free kick to Lyndon Farr against Kasahara. We have just over 10 minutes of regular time to play here at Tarawa Park, so it's going to be an exciting last 10 to this game. Here is Guy Santana. Still he goes, back to Greer. Greer, can he get another goal? Richard Greer, this time it's over the bar from Richard Greer. Full of confidence. You can tell the substitute for Logan. After trying that attempt, but couldn't direct it goal bound. As Andrew Ogden goes to his bench, it is the number 9, Lucky Joe, coming off. And the number 10, Nahom Waldu, coming on. Out to this right-hand side. So Edwards might take up a more central position. Does well, Kabassi. Eventually he's fouled. So Farr's been heavily involved the last few minutes or so. Taylor looking for the early switch. Brent getting back. Did ever so well there, the Lightning fullback. Dylan Brent got Greer if he wants. Plays it further afield to Farr. Might fall for Burr. Here's Nashish Burr, edge of the area. Still he goes, gets the ball across. Just couldn't pick out a teammate at that back post. It's come off the corner flag and eventually is rolled out for a throw-in to the Knights. Nice play there from Nur out on this left-hand side. Just couldn't quite pick out a teammate. Throw in for the Knights. Can't get it past Mengotti. He might see this ball out. He does. We saw a couple of late goals last night at Underwood Park, and you feel we might be on for some more here. Burr across to Santana. Does get his head to it, but well wide of the mark. Tell you what, it's a stroke of genius from Royce Brownlee. He's made the substitutes, and 3 players coming on have been heavily involved, and they've almost been the spark that the Lightning have needed. Well and truly full of running now, thanks to that change from Royce Brownlee. Here's Kasahara. Can't find Munn on that occasion. The passes just not sticking as well as they were in the first half for the Knights. That one stuck though. Here's Munn. Got the run of Edwards. Uses him. Nick Edwards into the box. Flag goes up for offside. Credit to Mooney though. He's saved anyway. gets on with the game quickly. Greer, the goal scorer for the Lightning. His first of the season in his now 8th appearance tonight. What a time to step up and get your first goal of the season, Richard Greer. Just when your side needed you in this elimination final. Westerdale out to far. He's well and truly lifted. Carlton Westerdale. Can't get it past Lucas though. Peter's back there. Munn looking to turn. Brent. Not often you say that, but Lachlan Munn has done ever so well, but Vesey gets a important touch there. Here's Kabassi. Kabassi looking to feed Edwards, who's onside this time. Edwards one-on-one with Fisher. What can he do? Still he goes, Nick Edwards into the box, driving run, gets the cutback, but comfortable for Mooney. Looking for Peter, but credit to Fisher getting back to put a bit of body on him and forcing the mistake from Edwards. As the Lightning now move forward, here's Nerb, dispossessed though. As both sides are guilty of turning it over. Here's Lyndon Farr out wide. Lyndon Farr 1-2 with the step over. Into the box he goes. White gets back to prevent anything going goal bound. This game is well and truly stretched now as the challenge coming in from Mengotti on Munn, and the referee spots it and gives the free kick. Surprisingly, the Knights looking to take it quickly, but the referee's going to pull it back. So, is this the last 7 minutes of the Lightning season, or can they pull a goal back to send us into extra time and set up what would be a thrilling end to this match? It's had a bit of everything in it, you've got to say, with these conditions being a huge part of this game. If you're just joining us, strong westerly winds here in the north west of Brisbane at Taraba Park in Mitchelton. Back it goes to Parsons, and that ball's going to hold up in the breeze. Westerdale on the ball. Still he goes, Westerdale. Did ever so well there, Carlton Westerdale, to just keep the ball. He's had a good last 5 or so minutes. Quite a few of the Lightning players have now lifted, as we know they're capable of. Vesey to Farr, right in the middle of the park. Lyndon Farr, got Fisher if he wants, more direct to Westerdale. Westerdale looking for Greer. Could fall eventually, it might even come back to Greer, it does. Richard Greer back to Brent, this is nice from the Lightning. Can there be a finished product? In it goes, looking for Westerdale. Couldn't quite get a touch to bring it down. And the Knights see it out for a goal kick. And the closer we get to a Knights victory, which would put them against the Sunshine Coast Wanderers next weekend. Still got 5 or so minutes to play here though, and the Lightning will have something to say about that. Here's Vesey. Back to Mengotti. Through to Farr, but he's turned it over to White. Referee does give the free kick there against Waldo. Sorry, for Waldo. Kabassi just wanting the ball out here on this right as he's just snuck forward. Lucas does spot the run and it's going to fall to him. Kabassi to Edwards. Edwards far post looking for Munn. Too much on it though on that occasion. He had a terrific first half, Nick Edwards, but has been well contained in this second half. Scorer of 8 goals now this season, and 3 of those coming against the Lightning, as I mentioned earlier. Here's Westerdale. Back to Farr. Lyndon Farr linking up with Westerdale again. Still he goes. And the referee is going to pull it back against Taylor, so free kick opportunity here for the Lightning. As there's under 5 minutes to play of regulation time. Richard Greer, well, last time he stood over a set piece, it was a goal. Too far out to go for goal on this occasion, but he'll look to play a ball into the box. In it goes, far post. Mangotti's in amongst their chance. It's Westerdale with the header. Just couldn't quite get it past Parsons, who's done really well to get back and save his side. Chris Parsons, take a bow. That's a terrific save. Mangotti did really well to get any contact on it. Somehow he flicked it back to Carlton Westerdale, who had the header, which was a good one, but an even better save from the Knights shot stopper. As the Lightning are on the move here. Here's Nur, huge chance. Parsons is out again. Well, he's been the hero in the last couple of minutes. He's gone down here, similar to how Mooney went down in the first half. As he's calling for some medical assistance, as Edwards did a short time ago. You feel that might have been the golden opportunity for the Lightning to get a goal and get back into this game. They may not get a better chance. Westerdale had the placement, just didn't quite have the power to put it past Parsons, who did ever so well. Sure, that'll be making the saves of the week in the coming weeks. As Parsons, it was momentarily back up to his feet, but he's gone back down. Medical staff just wanting another check on him. So yes, as I mentioned earlier, if this scoreline stays as it is, as we have less than 1 minute of the regular time to play, it will be the Ipswich Knights who will come up against the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, the premiers, the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, next weekend on Saturday night at Cornobia Park. And as for the other match, the Capalaba Bulldogs, they will verse the Rochedale Rovers after their thrilling victory last night over Mitchelton. Won't be long left in this match as we are now back underway after that hold up in play. Peter. Ball across the top. Fisher's got to be careful. Still could be a chance for the Knights. Back to Rule. There's Waldo. Still he goes. That's going to fall, fortunately, eventually for Mooney. So not long left in this one as the Lightning push forward to get that equaliser. Lyndon Farr, his touch is a little heavy. Allows Casamara to get back. Out to Peter. Casahara's continued his run. Mangotti's got to be careful. Claims of handball. The Knights supporters and bench can't believe that he hasn't given handball. And he's going to have a word to their bench. You feel they're not happy as the free kick that they had against them earlier, which Greer eventually scored from, was for handball, and they wanted the handball there against Mengotti, but the referee didn't give it on that occasion. Brent with the long throw. Picks out far. It's a nice throw. Westerdale with the header. Not long left in this match. Farr's done really well. Lyndon Farr, still he goes. Plays Westerdale. These two having a game of their own. Taylor gets back to clear though. As Lyndon Farr switches out to this left-hand side, and he's not marked, and I tell you what, could be a huge chance. Richard Greer over the top. Kabassi's got to be smart because Lyndon Farr is there. He just jumps into Kabassi and gives away the free kick, unnecessarily so. The referee looks at his watch. There will be a fair bit of injury time, you've got to think, after a few injuries in this second half that we've seen, but still is not long left in this match. Here's Waldo. Really well there, done by Burr. Westerdale, Mengotti streaming forward. Lightning pressing. Out to Greer. The goal scorer, Richard Greer. Santana's left that a little short, but still he goes. Santana finds the ball, goes down, referee waves play on. Here's Nur. Now wide to Brent. Brent into the box. There's Westerdale again. Gives away the free kick. And you feel that might just about be that here at Tarawa Park. As the Knights will be in absolutely no rush to take this. So if they hold on to this one, they've now not lost in their past 6 games, the Ipswich Knights. So that'll give them confidence going into next season as well. Munn is up there. Bolton with the header back to his captain Vesey. Fisher. Free kick. Last roll of the dice for the Lightning. What have they got here? Here's Nur. Bashish Nur. He's been lively in the last couple of minutes. Out to Brent. Brent. Kasahara does well, but Brent keeps it in. Still goes Dylan Brent. Running into the edge of the area. Dylan Brent into the box he goes. Taylor gets an important challenge. Oh, and Farr goes down, and referee blows his whistle for full time. And the Ipswich Knights have done it. They have beaten the Logan Lightning 2-1 in, you've got to say, what is an upset after finishing 6th in the regular season, with the Lightning finishing 3rd. So it will be the Ipswich Knights who'll progress to the preliminary final after 2 first half goals. One to Nick Edwards and the other to Lachlan Munn. And also a terrific display by their keeper, Chris Parsons. So it'll be next Saturday night, the Ipswich Knights against the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. And it will be the Capalaba Bulldogs who verse the Rochdale Rovers. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage this evening. That might just about wrap things up here at a chilly Tarawa Park. Terrific end-to-end match we've seen again tonight. Both these finals have been brilliant to watch. It's the Ipswich Knights going through to the preliminary final after defeating the Logan Lightning 2-1. Thank you for joining us and good evening to you all.